guys, I'm back. Sorry for the lack of content. It's been about 5 weeks now since I've touched the cars. Sorry, but I had to go out of town, work related. But however, I'm back, energized, ready to get these cars going. We got the IS outside, we got the MK3 inside. I'm going to go ahead and swap these cars around, play some musical cars real quick, and then we'll get started.
Hidden Village Collective.
Alright, the IS is in. Basically the plan for today is I'm going to install the chassis harness into the car, get it pushed back through the firewall. I'll probably get the AC lines back in. Vic has to bring me the condenser. We have nice titanium bolts for the front radiator support and the fenders. So basically once I get the condenser in, I could put the upper radiator support back in with the hood latch. Then I could put the radiator back in, which is at my house. I have to bring that tomorrow. I have to bring the intercooler as well, get that mounted up, make whatever brackets I need to make. I could bring the downpipe, and yeah, whatever else I feel like we need to bring back. Anyways, today basically just start piecing this thing back together with what I have here at the shop, and tomorrow it's going to be the same exact thing. I might roll both of these days into the same video. I don't know, depends on how much content I can get today. So with that being said, let's get started. Alright, got the chassis harness out. I'm going to start wrapping it up, make it all nice and pretty. Feed it to where it needs to go, through the firewall and then out the fender. Both sides. So let me get busy wrapping this up, and we'll check in back after that. Alright, driver's side for the most part is about 90% done for the day. Not completely, but just for the day. You can barely see it, but there it is. It's already ran through the side to the fender. From this point here, I get to begin dissecting it and extending everything, putting it where it needs to go. I kind of started already with the wiring harness for the wiper motor and the brake fluid level indicator. It's kind of hard to see, but I have it running behind the booster there under the clutch master cylinder. And now for the second half of this day, I am going to focus on putting this back to the firewall, wrapping everything up about right here, and then putting it through the fender. Hopefully Vic will come by with the condenser soon, drop that off so I can go ahead and install it with the AC lines. That way I can bolt the upper radiator support, and then tomorrow morning first thing I could bring that radiator and the fans, and that'll help me with determining how long I need to make the plugs for the radiator fans. But other than that, she's coming along smoothly. I'm down 2 rolls of electrical tape so far. Not bad. And yeah, let's see what happens. Sorry I haven't been filming much, but wiring is just very, well, not wiring, but this part is just very boring. And I just kind of wanted to get it done and over with. And I like recording more of the mechanical things, of the installs and whatnot. But I will promise, as soon as I begin the wire extension process, I will record a couple of those just to show you my method of doing it. Some people are going to disagree. Some people are going to agree. Some people might learn from it, hopefully. I don't know, but I'm sure everybody has their opinions, but I'm just going to do what I feel like I want to do, and I think it's just going to be fine. Anyways, let's see what happens next. Alright guys, so this is kind of a short video for today. I think I'm just going to continue this tomorrow. Basically, what I've done so far was wiring harness. The chassis harness is installed into the car. It's ran through the engine bay, through the firewall, through the fenders. The portion of it that runs inside of the engine bay is all wrapped up with electrical tape. Basically, getting that ready for the heat insulation that I'm going to be putting on there. I don't know what I'm going to be using just yet. I got to do some research, see what everybody else is doing, and try to find it on Amazon or whatever. Tomorrow, or rather today, I installed the cowling on the windshield. I installed the power steering cooler, bolted down the passenger side fuse box as well as the battery tray, and I kind of just fucked off a little bit. So tomorrow, first thing, hopefully that condenser will be here. I'll bring the radiator. Those 2 things will be installed. I can go ahead and install the power steering, all the lines that go from the pump to the rack, and then from the rack to the cooler, or vice versa. I think I said that backwards. Master cylinder for the clutch is going to get bolted to the firewall. I got to find the oil cooler, the Mishimoto oil cooler. Got to bolt that up, connect the oil lines, and then just other Mickey Mouse shit I got to do. That'll be for tomorrow. But for the most part, might edit this video, upload it, might not. I'll decide that when I get home and see how much footage I actually have. I know I didn't record shit. Like I said, the wiring that I was doing, or not wiring, but the wrapping up of the wiring harness is just, it's extremely fucking boring. I don't want to put you guys through that. I don't want you guys to skip my videos. I want to provide actual quality entertainment and knowledge and good information you guys can learn from. But yeah, it's Thursday afternoon. Friday I have off work, so tomorrow, Friday, I will be here first thing in the morning to throw those parts back into the car. Then I have a customer coming in with an IS300 that's 1J swapped with a single turbo. New customer, he's a referral. He's going to be coming in for an oil change, which I typically don't fucking do. I hate doing oil changes here, but being he's a new customer, I feel like I gotta earn his trust. And basically, if I do that, I have building up my customer base, which is good. It's something I want to do. So I'll do the oil change. He just wants me to look over the car. He just bought it. It's already swapped, already turboed. So I'm gonna be going through it. Telling him what he has, telling him what he doesn't have, telling him what he needs, telling him what he doesn't need, and see what his goals with the car. If he wants to make more power, we'll figure that out. If he wants to make less, then I'll see what we can do to make less and keep the car reliable. There's nothing wrong with that. If he wants to turn down the boost, that way to keep the longevity of the car, by all means. I'd rather see these cars out on the road driving, people enjoying them, than just sitting in a garage like that. But I am trying my hardest to get this done ASAP. I know a few of you guys are excited for the MK3 that's going to be coming in here after the IS300. That's getting a 6.0 LS with a LSA supercharger and a T56. That's going to be exciting. I think in between the IS and the MK3 we might be having a Cressida come in. Where's it at? Getting this built 2J. That's going to be just an engine installation, transmission installation. We're going to fabricate engine mounts, we're going to fabricate intercooler piping and fabricate the downpipe and exhaust. Other than that, that car is going to be a quick in and out, a little bit of fabrication, and send off to the wiring shop. I'm not doing the wiring on that. Really don't want to. Basically, it's just time. That, and I've never really rewired a car from scratch. What I'm doing now is just a wiring harness extension. So I don't feel like I'm ready to start making complete wiring harnesses from scratch for a car, even though it's something I've always wanted to do. But that's something I'd rather do on my own car, not a customer's car, so that way if I screw it up, you know, it's on me. I don't have a customer waiting for a car, and, you know, I'd rather learn from my mistakes on my own vehicles rather than anybody else's. So yeah, that's why it's different from this. This is just a wiring harness extension rerouting. I'm not building anything. I'm just using the car's factory harness and just adding more wires to it, basically. I want to give a huge shout out to Gonzi Tuning up in New Jersey. If you guys are in the Northeast, New Jersey, New York City, definitely hit this guy up. I'm going to put his Instagram down below in the description. He is the MK4, MK3, SC300 go-to guy. He pretty much inspired me to start doing this myself. So he went ahead and sent me a free t-shirt. I feel bad. I feel like I need to make some of my own t-shirts and send some to him. I just got to come up with a design. But basically, yeah, hit him up. Give him a follow. Give him some likes. Really cool dude. Does amazing work. And that's about it for this video. What's up? Day 2. Today's Friday. Got a little bit of an unboxing this morning. Nothing really that cool. Just the AC condenser. A used replacement battery tray, because the one that's original to this car is fucked. Looks like shit. So we found a better looking one on eBay. It's a little dirty, but it's complete. It's in one piece. It's not cracked. It's not broken anywhere. It'll clean up just fine. We got the titanium engine bay dress-up bolts right here. I opened those up. I think they're, I can't remember what color he got, but let me see. Alright, that's pretty cool. So basically, I think this is just these washers and just some Allen head bolts. Not bad, it'll look good in there. And then here's the battery tray. You know, it's complete. A little bit of rust right there. That's no big deal, but it's still in a lot better condition than what we have already, which is a broken mounting point right there, and it's not really held down very well, so whatever, that's going in the trash. And then this big box down here is the AC condenser. Nothing special, just the OEM replacement. Again, a lot better than what was in there originally over there, which is completely fucked. But today I also brought with me the intercooler. coil radiator, Mishimoto fans, and downpipe. We're gonna get these things in, get this front end buttoned up a little bit more. We're gonna get the power steering lines into the car, as well as the AC lines, and then we'll see what else I feel like doing later on today. All right, boys. I really fucked myself this time. Like, I'm fucked. I locked the fucking key in the car yesterday when I went home. I've been trying to spend the past 30 minutes trying to fucking open this car with no luck. So, on my way to Advanced Auto Parts now. Go get me a Slim Jim. Come back and try to open this bad boy up. Alright, dude. We're here. See what we can find. Hi, hello. I'm looking for a, what's called a Slim Jim to open locked cars. I looked on the website, it says you guys had one in stock.
Keep going down. Up.
Got it right here. Thank you very much.
I'll teach you how to use it.
I watched a few YouTube videos already. Alright, boys. Alright, boys. Got the Slim Jim. We're good to go. Now to head back, get the stupid car open, continue on with the build. See you back at the shop. Alright, boys, back. I got the Slim Jim. Now I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm doing. This is gonna be a tough one, boys. I'll let you know when I open it. Do what I'm mentioning. Half an hour later, I'm struggling, couldn't get it open, dude, for the life of me. I don't know what it is with the Slim Jim. It just wasn't working. I don't know. But, anyways, Pops came down. He tried with the Slim Jim. Couldn't do it. He grabbed the welding rod, bent it, and all sorts of little hooks and whatnot. Let me see if I can find it. I think he put it back. And, you know, he got it. He unlocked the car, got the keys, so now I can get to the things that I have inside. While he was doing that, let me show you. Mounted the new condenser. eBay came in clutch. Came with all the, came with both brackets, even the little rubber grommets here at the bottom. Got that all mounted up. Put in a couple of the bolts here for the upper rad support. I'm going to try to go ahead and get this new radiator in. Hopefully it'll fit with the oil filter relocation there, because I really love how it's that spot where it's at right now. But let's go ahead and give it a shot. Ooh. Well, fellas, that's a no-go. It's not going to fit with the oil filter there. It's close. Alright. Now for plan B. Dude, that's fucking mint. Check that out. I just gotta find the brackets. Dude, that is close. Check that out. Surprisingly enough, it actually doesn't hit. Once I get these radiator brackets in, it's going to suck that radiator up close to the radiator support. And it fits just perfectly. Look at it, you see the spacing right there. I know this setup works because if you can tell, a lot of these parts actually look used. So the story behind this swap is Vic already had a built swapped IS300. So basically the story is the IS300 that he had before, he got into an accident and wrecked it. It wasn't totaled out, but it had front left corner damage and rear left corner damage. He spun out on the highway while it was raining, lost control, and hit the barrier. We really didn't want to deal with rebuilding that shell, being that around this area IS300s can be had for pretty cheap, between, you know, a good shell between $1,000 to $2,000. So he decided to just buy another shell and swap everything over. So after the wreck, he basically stripped down the entire car, interior, engine, drivetrain, suspension, and put it all away. And while he found this new shell, so this new shell, that's where I'm deciding to do the wire tuck, engine bay paint, you know, engine dress up, blah blah blah. So that being said, yes, a lot of these parts look used, which they are, but they were his. He bought them originally brand new. They used to be in another car. And that AC compressor, being that close to the fan, it was just like that in the other car. He drove it just fine. There's no signs on the fan from it hitting the compressor, so I know that it works fine, so there won't be any issues there. I just gotta find these upper radiator brackets, bolt them up, and then we can move into connecting all the AC lines. So stand by. Alright my dudes, check that out. I think it looks really good. So radiator's in, condenser's in. I'm doing the high pressure sideline, which is pretty funny actually. So let me show you what's going on. This really surprised me for eBay quality, but as you can see here, the condenser has these little caps, right? And with a little rubber boot, no big deal, you know, yeah, to keep the dirt out. But dude, when I started undoing the screw, there was fucking air coming out of it. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, there's no way this thing has Freon in it. It's a brand new condenser. Then it dawned on me, like, that's just compressed air, man. They ship it out charged with air so that when you get it, you know it's not leaking. So essentially, if you were to receive this thing and it didn't get that air escaping when you undid that end cap, you would have had a problem. You would have had a leaky condenser. But dude, eBay's definitely clutch for things like this. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, swap the O-ring on the end of this line, lubricate it with oil, shove it right in. Then I'll get to work to installing the low pressure, and then finish the AC system, and then work on power steering. Let me try to do this one-handed. This is gonna end terribly, I know it. Right there. Bolton, that's not the right one. I think it's this one right here. There we go. high pressure. Now, gotta figure out the low pressure. This end obviously goes to the compressor, and then trying to remember now. I'll figure this out. I think I got it. So luckily I left the original compressor of this car intact to the lines, so I can go ahead and more or less figure out where each one goes. So basically, from the compressor to the expansion valve on the firewall, and then back from the expansion valve on the firewall, I believe it should go to the condenser, and then back to the compressor. Alright boys, next step is we're going to get this power steering system plumbed up. There's already a pump on the engine, so I'm not going to change that out. I am just going to be using these lines, so I got to pull these lines off of the this pump right here and get them installed into the car. That way, that'll be one more thing checked off of the list. So hopefully nothing's going to come out of here. Alright guys, quick update. AC lines, power steering lines, it's bolted up to the rack. The only thing I'm missing is the reservoir and the hose that goes from the cooler to the rack. Other than that, downpipe is on the turbo. I bolted down the relay box here just for reference, because these will have to be extended to be able to reach that. What else did I do? Oh, I plugged in the wiring harness on the driver's side, so that's all good to go. I can start putting the interior back together on the driver's side. There it is, all up there. And no, I just wanted to show you this JDM spec OEM Plus battery tray. No, I'm just kidding. This is the original one that was all broken and haggard and shit. And here is the new used one off of eBay. I just had to clean it up, of course, but it cleaned up really nice. Looks almost brand new, honestly. So I'm about to bolt that in. It's gonna go right there. I just gotta find the bolts for it. This little tie down is cut for the negative terminal, but I can pull that off and use one of the new clip-on zip ties that I got. So let me find those bolts for that, replace that zip tie, and I'll probably get started back on the interior, putting that together on the driver's side, as well as the center console. I left the R154 shifter at my house, but I think I could get the center console in and just do the shifter later on. But other than that, I got some parts that need to go up to the powder coater. Intake manifold's gonna go. The valve covers are gonna go. The center bracing that runs top to bottom here, from lower to upper radiator supports, I'm just gonna send that out to get powder coated. And the brackets that go here on the bottom of the headlight, both sides, I'm gonna send those out to get powder coated. Typically, the more things you send to a powder coater, as long as everything's gonna be the same color, the better the price is gonna be, because that's less product that they have to waste. But for the most part, like I said, AC power steering is like 90% complete. He had to order one of those copper washers for the high pressure line onto the rack. Ran out of titanium bolts. I told Vic to purchase another set. The guy actually kind of fucked me. I was sent, so the eBay ad was listed for 20 bolts, 20 washers. I got fucked. I got sent 20 washers, but only 16 bolts. So I told Vic about that. Vic ordered another set from the same seller, but also sent him a message letting him know that, you know, he fucked us, and just send us 4 extra bolts. That's all I really need. That should be it. That'll be plenty enough for both fenders and whatever else, you know, needs to get bolted into the engine bay. Connecting the brake lines to the calipers, filling it up with brake fluid, installing the clutch pedal, running the clutch line from the master to the slave so I could fill that up with fluid. That's pretty much it for this day. I'm gonna wrap it up, put tools away, clean up, close the hood on the car, and call it a day. So I will catch you guys next weekend. Peace.